Have you ever noticed that some women seem untouchable by the darkness of this world? That no matter the obstacles, no matter the negativity thrown their way, they emerge unscathed, their spirit unbroken. There's a reason for that. They are protected. Protected not by luck, not by circumstance, but by a higher force, by God himself. And today I want to explore with you 8 signs that reveal when a woman is divinely shielded from evil people. Because understanding these signs doesn't just help you recognize strength. It inspires you to respect it, to honor it, and maybe even to emulate it. So let's dive in. Have you ever met a woman whose presence alone seems to calm a room? There's something almost magnetic about her serenity, a quiet strength that doesn't demand attention but commands it nonetheless. It isn't in her words or her gestures alone. It's in the subtle rhythm of her being, the way she moves through life untouched by the storms around her. You might watch chaos unfold, people arguing, challenges arising, negativity spreading like wildfire, but she remains composed as if shielded by an invisible force. This is not mere coincidence. This is the manifestation of inner peace that comes something far greater than human effort, a state cultivated through faith, self-awareness, and alignment with a higher purpose. When a woman is protected by God, her inner peace becomes her armor. It is not born from naivety or ignorance, nor from pretending that the world's difficulties do not exist. On the contrary, she sees the challenges clearly. She witnesses deceit, manipulation, and hostility, yet she is not shaken. There is a stillness in her that others might mistake for indifference, but it is anything but that. It is a deep-rooted calm, one that stems from a knowing that her value, her purpose, and her life are safeguarded. She understands that the attempts of evil people are powerless against the protection granted to her. And it is this understanding that allows her to navigate life without unnecessary fear or defensiveness. This inner peace manifests in countless small but profound ways. When someone tries to provoke her, she's not react impulsively. She does not feed the negativity or engage in petty conflicts. Instead, she pauses, observes, and chooses her response with intention. There is a wisdom in her stillness, a recognition that not all battles are hers to fight, and that some struggles dissolve simply because they are not met with resistance. In a world where people are often reactive, this calm is rare, and it signals a deep connection to something transcendent. People may try to manipulate, deceive, or belittle her, yet she moves through life with the ease of someone who knows they are guided, protected, and divinely shielded. Her peace is also reflected in the way she carries herself. Her posture, her tone, and even her expressions communicate confidence and stability. It is subtle but perceptible, an aura of safety that surrounds her, often before words are even spoken. People are instinctively drawn to this kind of energy because it feels reassuring. It conveys that despite the turbulence around them, there is someone grounded, someone who embodies balance. And those with ill intentions often find themselves unsettled in her presence, unable to find the leverage they normally exploit. Evil cannot linger where divine protection is evident, and her unshakable calm is a signal that the forces she faces are ultimately impotent. What makes this inner peace extraordinary is not static or passive. It grows stronger over time, shaped by experiences, reflection, and intentional spiritual practices. She cultivates patience, learning to wait for clarity before making decisions. She practices discernment, understanding which battles are worth engaging and which are meant to pass her by. And she nurtures gratitude, recognizing the blessings present even in challenging circumstances. These habits, often unseen by the outside world, fortify her spirit and enhance the protective layer that surrounds her. With every act of conscious peace, she strengthens the invisible shield that guards from harm, ensuring that the negativity of others cannot disturb the sanctuary within her soul. Her calm is also profoundly contagious. Those who interact with her often find themselves mirroring her composure. Tense situations that might otherwise escalate are diffused simply because she models control and patience. It's not manipulation. It's a natural consequence of the energy she radiates. And even when adversity seems unavoidable, her peace provides a blueprint for navigating with grace. She shows that protection is not about avoiding difficulties. It's about facing them without losing oneself. In her, we see a lesson the power of stillness, the strength of faith, and the resilience of a spirit aligned with divine guidance. The remarkable aspect of this inner peace is its consistency. It doesn't fluctuate based on external circumstances. While many are subject to emotional tides rising with success, falling with failure, her tranquility is anchored in something immutable. She understands that life is unpredictable and that malevolent intentions exist in the world, but she also knows that these cannot penetrate the protection surrounding her. This knowledge frees her from the exhausting cycle of fear and defensiveness that traps so many others. It allows her to engage fully with life, making decisions from a place of clarity rather than reaction. Even in moments when her patience is tested, her inner peace guides her toward appropriate action. She is neither passive nor submissive. She simply does not let negativity dictate her behavior. When confronted by cruelty or deceit, she responds in measured composure, letting the natural consequences of others' actions unfold without her interference. In this way, her peace becomes an instrument of strength. It communicates to the world, and perhaps more importantly to herself, That she is untouchable not because she is invincible, but because she is aligned with a higher protection that transcends human interference. Ultimately, this inner peace is both her sanctuary and her shield. It allows her to move through life with a profound sense of confidence, unshaken by the malice of others. It radiates outward, inspiring those around her while quietly repelling negativity. It is visible not only in her demeanor, but also in the way she navigates the complexities of human interaction. Those who recognize it feel reassured. Those who intend harm feel powerless. And it is this equilibrium, this perfect blend of serenity and strength, that marks a woman as protected by God. There's a remarkable quality in some women, an almost invisible thread that guides their every step with precision, wisdom, and foresight. It's their intuition, an inner compass that steers them away from harm even before danger becomes visible. You might see others blindly walking into situations fraught with deceit, manipulation, or betrayal, while she seems to glide effortlessly past them, untouched and unscathed. This isn't luck, coincidence, or even a heightened sense of caution. It's a gift, a divine signal, an awareness finely tuned by God to protect her from the unseen malevolence that lurks in the hearts of some people. Her intuition isn't loud or dramatic. It's subtle, often whispering in moments when others are too distracted, too entangled in their own lives, or too trusting to notice. Her awareness begins in the quiet spaces of reflection, where she learns to listen to herself, to separate the noise of the world from the guidance of the spirit. She notices the slight shift in tone, the hesitation in a glance, or the inconsistencies in a story that most would overlook. To the untrained eye, these moments might seem insignificant, almost imperceptible, but to her, they are signals. They are God's way of warning her, of signaling that this path might be treacherous, or that the intentions of someone around her are not pure. It is in this careful attention to subtle cues that her protection becomes evident. Evil may plan, plot, or scheme, but her intuition intercepts it before it reaches her. This intuition is also born from experience, from lessons learned through observation and reflection. A woman protected by God doesn't disregard the past. She studies it, understands it, and allows it to refine her judgment. Each betrayal, each act of deception she has witnessed or endured becomes a lens through which she interprets human behavior. But what sets her apart is not cynicism, it is discernment. She can see beyond superficial charm masks, detecting the intention that others might hide. And when she senses danger, she trusts herself without hesitation, even if others question her decisions. She knows that the quiet voice within, the one that warns her of harm, is never wrong. Her intuition often manifests as a deep, almost instinctive knowing. She can meet someone and feel immediately whether they carry good intentions or hidden agendas. She might feel an inexplicable sense of unease, a tightness in her chest, or a sudden shift in energy around her, while others might dismiss these feelings as paranoia. She recognizes them as a protective signal, and she acts on them, not with fear or aggression, but with calm clarity. She avoids unnecessary entanglements, steers conversations carefully, and sets boundaries that preserve her safety and peace. It's remarkable to witness because it looks effortless, yet it is the result of a finely tuned spiritual awareness combined with practical wisdom. What's even more extraordinary is that this intuition doesn't just protect her from overt threats. It also shields her from subtle manipulations, from people who operate under masks of kindness while harboring hidden motives. In a world where emotional and psychological harm is often invisible until it's too late, her ability to sense these undercurrents allows her to navigate relationships safely. She discerns who can be trusted, who can be confided in, and who might introduce toxicity into her life. This skill is not about judgment or superiority. It's about alignment with divine protection, the ability to act as though she is moving through a web of invisible dangers with a map in her hand. Her intuition also guides her toward people and opportunities that serve her growth and purpose. While it warns her against harm, it simultaneously draws her toward light, toward relationships, experiences, and decisions that align with her higher path. She seems to know instinctively which alliances will elevate her, which choices will nourish her spirit, and which opportunities are destined for her. This is the other side of divine guidance and protection. Is not only about defense, it's about direction. Every instinctive nudge, every subtle feeling that guides her away from harm also leads her toward blessings, toward growth, toward fulfillment. It is as if God has placed an invisible compass in her heart, one that guides her life with precision and care. Even in moments of uncertainty, when outcomes are unclear and dangers are hidden beneath layers of complexity, her intuition provides a steady framework for action. She doesn't rush blindly into situations herself unnecessarily. Instead, she pauses, listens, and senses the energy around her. Decisions are made not with haste or impulse, but with the certainty that comes from divine alignment. This is why evil rarely succeeds against her. It cannot penetrate the shield formed by awareness, faith, and the quiet, but relentless power of intuition. Perhaps the most striking aspect of her intuitive protection is its consistency. It does not waver based on fear, excitement, or distraction. Whether she is surrounded by friends, strangers, or potential threats, her inner compass remains reliable. Even when circumstances are uncertain, prudent. She senses the currents of intention in the world around her. This creates a unique balance as she lives fully, engages with life authentically, yet always with the assurance that she is protected. It's a rare combination of courage and audacity and prudence, curiosity and vigilance, all guided by the quiet wisdom of divine intuition. In essence, the intuition of a woman protected by God is both a warning system and a guiding light. It shields her from harm, directs her towards safety, and helps her navigate the unpredictable complexities of human interaction. Those who underestimate it may fail to see its power, but to those who understand, it is unmistakable. It is an invisible force that moves her, shapes her decisions, and preserves a spirit from the snares of those with ill intent. It is subtle, yet undeniable, quiet, yet unyielding, gentle, yet fiercely protective. And it is precisely this intuition that marks her as someone who walks under the protection of God, untouched by evil, and guided toward her destiny. There is a certain energy that surrounds some women, a presence so vibrant and authentic that it draws people in without effort, without artifice. It is not charm in the conventional sense, nor is it the product of beauty or status alone. It is a deeper magnetism, an invisible force that seems to emanate from the alignment of her soul with something greater than herself. People instinctively feel it, they recognize it even before they speak to her. And what is most remarkable about this magnetism is that while it attracts positivity, goodness, and support, it simultaneously repels darkness, malice, and ill-intentioned individuals. This dual effect is not coincidence, it is a reflection of divine protection, a sign that she is walking under the watchful eyes of a higher power. This magnetism is subtle yet unmistakable. When she enters a room, there's a shift in energy. The air feels lighter, the tension eases, and conversations seem to flow more smoothly. People who carry kindness in their hearts are drawn toward her, while those with ulterior motives often find themselves inexplicably uncomfortable, even anxious in her presence. It is as if they sense that their usual methods of manipulation, coercion, or deceit will not work. They feel an invisible barrier, a boundary they cannot cross, and often retreat, consciously or subconsciously. This is not intimidation. It is the natural effect of living in alignment with integrity and divine protection. Her magnetism comes from authenticity. She does not wear masks. She does not perform for approval. And she does not bend herself to fit the expectations of others. She is unapologetically herself. And in that authenticity, she radiates a confidence and clarity that few can ignore. People are drawn to her because they feel they can trust her. They feel they are in the presence of someone who speaks truth, lives intentionally, and embodies integrity. And those who wish to harm, to deceive, or to exploit cannot find purchase in this environment. Evil does not thrive where clarity, authenticity, and alignment with higher purpose exist. It is naturally repelled, unable to penetrate the shield of energy that surrounds her. This magnetism is not only protective, it is transformative. People who encounter her often feel inspired, uplifted, and safer. Her presence creates an environment where honesty is encouraged, where kindness is mirrored, and where authenticity is valued. And this energy does not go unnoticed. It affects relationships, opportunities, and interactions in profound ways. People who might otherwise cause disruption or harm often pause, reconsider, and adjust their behavior unconsciously. There is a subtle recalibration that happens in her presence, a reflection of the protective power that surrounds her. It is important to note that this magnetism is not about control or manipulation. She does not seek to dominate course or intimidate others. Instead, it is the natural outcome of living in alignment with principles that attract positivity and repel negativity. She nurtures this energy through self-awareness, integrity, and the consistent practice of living according to her values. The energy she projects is honest and pure, and that honesty itself acts as a repellent to those whose intentions are dark or malicious. It is a protective field built over time that shapes her environment without force, without effort, and without aggression. Her magnetism also reflects a deep sense of boundaries. While she is open, warm, and generous to those who come to her with sincerity, she is equally vigilant with those who carry harm. There is an innate understanding that not everyone deserves access to her energy, time, or trust. She sets limits naturally, often without confrontation, and those who attempt to violate these found themselves blocked, redirected, or pushed away by forces they cannot comprehend. It is as if the universe itself conspires with her to maintain these boundaries, reinforcing her protection and ensuring that negative influences do not take root in her life. Even in challenging situations where deceit and malice attempt to creep close, her magnetism serves as a guide and a shield. It alerts her to intentions before they manifest, signals her to proceed with caution, and empowers her to act decisively when necessary. She moves through relationships, work, and social situations with a sense of grace and awareness, able to maintain her equilibrium while others are caught in cycles of manipulation or conflict. Her presence alone can diffuse tension, restore balance, and create an environment where truth and goodness prevail. There is also a profound spiritual dimension to this magnetism. It is not merely psychological or social, it is a reflection of divine alignment. When she lives in accordance with higher principles, when she nurtures faith and integrity, her energy resonance at a frequency that evil cannot inhabit. Darkness seeks cracks, vulnerabilities, and inconsistencies to exploit. But in her, there are none. Her shield is invisible yet impenetrable, and her magnetism is both a signal and a safeguard. People with malicious intent instinctively recognize it, even if they cannot articulate why, and they naturally withdraw or fail in their attempts to interfere. Ultimately, her magnetism is a perfect balance of attraction and repulsion, of influence and protection. It draws the right people and the right opportunities toward her while creating a barrier against those who would cause harm. It is subtle, powerful, and enduring, a testament to the presence of divine protection in her life. It is a reflection of her integrity, her alignment with higher principles, and the unseen forces that guide and guard her journey. And it is this magnetism that marks her not just as strong, but as untouchable by those whose intentions are anything less than pure. There is a remarkable quality in some women that sets them apart from others, a resilience that cannot be broken, no matter how deeply life's trials cut or how harshly betrayal strikes. It is not a resilience born of denial or avoidance. It is forged in the fires of experience, tempered by faith and strengthened through a conscious commitment to rise above adversity. When a woman is protected by God, betrayal does not define her, nor does it derail her journey. Instead, it becomes part of a process, crucible through which her strength, clarity, and purpose are refined. Every act of deceit or disloyalty she encounters, no matter how painful, is transformed into less a stepping stone and a catalyst for personal growth. This resilience is evident in the way she responds to betrayal. While others might react anger, revenge, or despair, she maintains a steady composure. She feels the pain, acknowledges it fully, and then allows it to inform her understanding of human behavior without allowing it to control her. There is a grace in this response, a quiet but undeniable assertion of strength. She recognizes that those who betray her are acting from their limitations, fears, or insecurities, and while their actions may sting, they cannot diminish her worth or her purpose. She refuses to internalize malice, choosing instead to view every challenge as an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to rise stronger than before. Her resilience is also spiritual. She understands that life is not always fair, and that betrayal is a part of the human experience. Yet she does not see it as a sign of abandonment or failure. She trusts that God's protection remains, even in moments of apparent defeat. This trust allows her to navigate the aftermath of betrayal without becoming bitter or hardened. She holds on to faith, knowing that divine timing and wisdom operate beyond human comprehension, and that every experience, no matter how painful, is orchestrated for her ultimate good. This perspective gives her a clarity and a strength that are visible to everyone around her, a sense that she is untouchable because her resilience is rooted not in circumstance, but in divine alignment. What makes her resilience extraordinary is its active nature. She does not simply endure, she transforms. Betrayal becomes a lens through which she examines her relationships, her decisions, and even her own boundaries. She learns to recognize red flags, to strengthen her inner boundaries, and to make choices that align with her highest good. In this way, every painful encounter becomes a guidepost, a marker that points toward wiser, more authentic connections and opportunities. She uses betrayal as a tool for discernment, allowing it to sharpen her instincts without letting it poison her heart. Her ability to rise is also reflected in her perseverance. Life may attempt to knock her down repeatedly, but she refuses to stay down. Each setback, each moment of disillusionment is met with a quiet determination to move forward. This perseverance is not loud or ostentatious. It is a steady, unwavering commitment to continue walking her path, no matter the obstacles. There is a rhythm to her resilience, a cadence of grace and power that others often fail to notice until they witness the result. A woman who has faced deception, pain, and betrayal, yet stands taller, wiser, and more aligned with her purpose than ever before. Her resilience also serves as a model for others. Those who see her recover from betrayal are inspired by her courage, her dignity, and her strength. They learn that pain does not have to define their lives, that setbacks can be transformed into opportunities, and that divine protection often manifests most clearly in the ability to rise after being knocked down. Her life becomes a testament to the power of faith, inner strength, and divine alignment, showing that no act of malice can truly succeed against spirit that is fortified from within. Even when betrayal comes from those closest to her, friends, family, or loved ones, her resilience remains unshaken. She understands that betrayal does not reflect her worth, it reflects the choices and limitations of others. She refuses to let bitterness or resentment take root, recognizing that these emotions only serve to weaken her. Instead, she channels her energy into growth, reflection, and the pursuit of her purpose. Her ability to rise is thus intertwined with forgiveness, not necessarily for the benefit of those who hurt her, but for the liberation of her own spirit. By releasing the weight of anger and resentment, she frees herself to move forward with clarity, confidence, and peace. What is most profound about her resilience is its continuity. It is not a temporary response to adversity, nor is it a performance for others to admire. It is a sustained strength, a state of being that allows her to navigate the complexities of life with confidence and grace. Betrayal, disappointment, and malice may come and go, but her ability to rise, to adapt, and to flourish remains constant. It is an enduring proof of divine protection, an indicator that her spirit is guarded, guided, and empowered in ways that transcend ordinary understanding. Ultimately, her resilience and her ability to rise from betrayal mark her as someone untouchable by the malice of others. She is not immune to pain, but she is immune to defeat. Her spirit remains intact, her purpose clear, and her path illuminated. This resilience is a living testament to the divine protection surrounding her, a shield that transforms adversity into empowerment, and a beacon for anyone seeking to understand the true power of faith, strength, and the unbreakable human spirit. As we reflect on these signs, the unshakable inner peace, the divine intuition, the magnetism that repels negativity, and the resilience that allows her to rise from betrayal, it becomes clear that protection is not something passive or accidental. It is a reflection of alignment, of faith, and of living with purpose. A woman who embodies these is not just surviving in this world. She is thriving under the guidance and protection of something far greater than herself. And this is where the lesson extends beyond admiration. It is a call to action for all of us. Look at the women in your life who exhibit these qualities. Honor them, support them, learn from them. But more importantly, cultivate these qualities in yourself. Seek inner peace, trust your intuition, nurture authenticity, and build resilience. Surround yourself with light, with goodness, and with intention, and watch how life responds. Because divine protection is not limited to observation, it is invitation. When you align with integrity, faith, and purpose, you open yourself to the same shield that guards those women from harm. You begin to attract the right people, repel negativity, and rise stronger from adversity. So today, I challenge you to reflect on your life. What steps can you take to strengthen your spirit? How can you cultivate the peace, intuition, and resilience that make a woman untouchable by evil? Begin today. Begin now. Live with purpose, trust the guidance within, and step boldly into the protection that is waiting for you. Because when you do, you not only safeguard yourself, you inspire the world around you. Stand tall, walk with faith, rise above the negativity, and embrace the divine protection that is always available to those who choose to live with courage, integrity, and love.